So your music sets up as 6 ajna. You can just leave it out. And if we think about the way in which kriya can be considered, kriya, this form of action that we're taking as we move through different gestures and even different stillnesses. An outer kriya are these movements where we're holding a posture or moving forward and back, rolling side to side, creating a momentum and a freedom in our body. Or we can think of kriya as an inner action, when we sit at the end and we move our attention in and out from one side to the forehead center and back down. That's also a kriya. And so kriya is an action that moves us forward in our evolution. And to do this, we need to activate our energy, and then direct our energy, and then stabilize our energy. I woke this morning in a fog, and I had a strange dream of being lost, and the roads got narrower and narrower, and I couldn't turn around, and the kids were in the car, and we were trying to make a flight, and I woke up feeling really discombobulated. And as though I was standing, literally standing in a fog, and I didn't know which direction to go in. And so the first thing we need to do as we activate, as we move our physical body and use the asanas to fold and unfold our energy, that begins to move the fog that surrounds us, right? And we begin to see a little bit of the landscape. And once we can see a little bit, then we can begin to direct, that's where I wanted to go. I'm going to take action, I'm going to go in that direction. Am I going to have a day full of momentum where I'm just responding to whatever's around me? Or am I going to set myself forward because that's what I want to accomplish today? So I take action. Once I can see my way, I take action. And then in that action, I want to keep going in the direction that I've chosen. But also when I get there, I'd like to stay there. You know the days when you make every action, I'm going to get there, it's going to be great, and you get there and then you shoo, right? And now you're back in the fog. So the more that we can practice and the more that we can stabilize these postures of ajna, the staying in dog for 2 minutes, the staying in that half bow for 2 minutes, we are stabilizing our ability to hold steady. So that when we've gotten to the place that we've aspired, we aren't simply sliding back down into the fog that we began from. We want to activate, direct, and stabilize. And all of those are ways in which we support the energy that we are here to perceive the world with. And this is ajna. So welcome if you're new. Welcome if you're familiar. Welcome, Sukis. Heart high, eyes closed, we tune in, asking for guidance. Om Namo, I bow to everything outside of me. All that guides me, heals me, and holds me. Guru Dev Namo, I bow to everything inside of me, rising to meet it all. 3 times. Inhale. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om playlist to begin at Lunar Rainbow. Lunar Rainbow. Awesome. Unfolding your blanket. Place it at the front of your mat and come to lie down on your belly, bringing your forehead. You can fold the blanket a little bit more if you'd like more height. And you bring the center of your forehead right down onto the edge of the blanket, and that way the nose and the chin are free. Arms out long, pinky edges down, thumbs are up. Wag your tail and settle. And then closing your eyes, long, deep breath. Invite a sensation of melting. The back body is melting into the front body. Imagining the spaces between your ribs becoming larger. And then with a deep breath, walk your hands back. And draw the blanket back for knees and shins. Toes together, hands out long. Fold into your child, wag your tail, settle in, drop your head. And then rise up. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Soft knees, down dog. And back to hands and knees and back through child, so taking your time. Exploring your shoulders and arms and hips. Next time you're in your dog, pause there. Walk your dog. One foot, then the other. One heel, then the other. One hip, then the other. Let your hips move side to side. You just walk your feet up to your hands and sit down, letting your heels be wide. Hands back, and your knees washing in. The part of activating the energy is to give it some momentum. Put your left leg long. Left hand holds your right heel and press out, sitting tall. So there's an option here where you tend to fall back. Lean into your feet and bend and press into your feet. And as you press into your feet, start to turn your navel. As you bring your heel in, turn your chest. As you press your heel out, turn to the back. And as you do, you begin to press more fully into the feet. Now you can lift your back hand and really reach your hands apart Inhale, turning forward. Exhale, pressing out. So that the ribs turn, go one more. And as you stand in both feet, it brings the spine upright, turn the chin. So yesterday's vinyasa, we were really focused on this central channel of the spine. And stay tall, turning. Spread your toes, lift your heart. Good, and bring your right foot to the floor. So now my right thigh is down, my left knee bends. And fingertips to the floor to fold. If you need to, you can fold your blanket in half under, you get a little more height. So you just lift a little on the inhale, lengthen out. And exhale, fold. And the left hand starts to walk out further than the right. And the left hip reaches back and down. Feeling a little more clarity from the right heel, right hip, left hand, all through the spine. Walk yourself back and keep your legs as they are. Left hand onto your left thigh, right hand overhead, reach up. Use your left hand to help widen the left knee to the floor. Draw your right toes back and stand clearly in the center of your right heel, right hand overhead. One more. To bend your knees and rock yourself back up, heels coming wide, and knees move side to side. As though we were clearing the fog from our joints, and the fog being the remnants of whatever activity we were doing yesterday. So the right leg goes down and the right hand holds the left heel. This is when I'm square to the front. Pressing into my feet, I turn towards the back and I start to move between the two. Inhale as I look front, exhale as I turn back. Come right into the soles of your feet, and as you lean into your feet, you'll be able to lift your left hand and sit up a little taller. Spread your left fingers, revolve through the navel, right to the top of your head. Three, two, good. And then pause and turn only the chin, feeling the top of your head revolve right above the seat. Opening the chest, sitting up. And now the left leg to the floor and the right heel comes back. And fingertips to the floor. Exhale, just find your edge. And inhale, float away from it. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, rising up. And then the right hand walks a little further forward, and the right hip reaches back and down. And your navel turns to the left. Walk yourself back up, unfold, right hand to your right thigh. Help the right knee widen, and the left hand overhead. Standing in your left heel, right knee wide, left hand reaching. Good. Knees to your chest. Oh. Roll your way all the way up and over. Find your dog for a beat. Let your hips sway side to side. Feel the length you've made in your arms. Bend your knees. Let your heels float, widening your seat, widening your back. Anchor into the base of your thumbs and roll your upper outer arms back, like you could wrap your armpits around your heart. And reach out through the elbows to the heels and then the balls of your hands. Turn to the chin, drop of the head, and then walk your feet to your hands. Finding your strap, bend your knees to stand up tall, heels down, toes long. Shake it out. Opening your strap. It's wide enough that you can come up and over the shoulder. And it's done with enough awareness that you sort of brings back memories of yesterday or Wednesday. That you can feel, that's what I was doing. I was mucking out for stalls. You can feel the left side versus the right. And when we move through the joints of the body and we clear that past yesterday out of our body, we have a much better understanding of today, of what we're doing right now. Hands up and over. Through the shoulders, through the back. Now let your knees bend. And then let your heart lift for 3. For 2. All the way from the feet up, the inner lining of your abdomen and your chest. Through the inner lining of your shoulders and your arms. Hands up high when you're there, pause. And go to the left. Right hand sweeps to the center, come across. Left hand comes up, over. Use your knees. Find your way in. So we begin to activate our movements and then we can direct them a little bit further, reverse your direction. Three. 2. Pause tall, take your hands back, wrap your hands one more time, lift them away from your body for 3. For 2. Cross the chest, move the jaw, move the head, get unstuck. So that as you release your hands, set the strap aside. There's an upward action because you're taking the tension out and the natural evolution of your energy can rise. Okay, sweep your hands high, bring your palms together, drop your thumbs to your neck, elbows in, little wag the tail, heels are heavy, toes are long. This is exhale, reach up, look up, inhale. And bend your knees wide and fold down. Left foot steps back, left knee down, finding the blanket, finding support, hands up high. And you'll drop your hands and sweep forward and back. So we begin to activate, we begin to fold and unfold, moving ourselves through space. Hands up, stay. Down the back, tuck the chin. Release, look up. And fold. Right foot back. Left foot up. Right knee to the floor. Start sticky and stiff. Hands down. that I can feel everything that I did. I can feel Friday in my body. And slowly I can sweep it out and start to feel today. Hands up, thumbs down, tuck your chin, elbows in. And let it go, hands up. Fold. Step up. Sit down, hands wide, stand tall. Down your back, tuck your chin, toes are long. And release. Look up. Fold. Right foot, right knee. Hands up high. Down your back, gathering in. And then uncoil. And fold. Step back. Right foot up. And up. Down your back, tuck your chin. Right. To fold. Stepping up, lift up, down your back, and reach. To fold again. Softer, smoother, more familiar, hands up high, down the back. Rinsing, and then releasing. To fold. And step back down dog. And the left foot. And the right knee. Your pace. Your body. Your breath. To fold. To step. To rise. And release. And fold. Right foot, right knee. Let it up on the breath. Let your body move. Fall in, gathering, and then releasing. A little more. And down. To down. Right foot. Hands down. Hands high. And fold. Left foot up. Hands wide, sit down, stand up. Down the back, heels down, toes long, let it go. As you drop your hands, lift your right knee. Set your gaze on one point right away. Fall into the left heel. Left hand high. Heel down, thigh back. And change, right foot down, left knee high. 2 hands to start. Right hand high, thighs back, heel down, toes long. Left foot down, right hand behind you, left hand to hip for 3. The right foot down, the left foot back. To tree, right foot up to ankle, calf, or thigh. Gaze remains 1 point, right hand, right thigh, left hand high. Just like the floor. Right foot down, left heel to ankle, calf, or thigh to tree. Left hand to thigh, right hand high. And set it down to fold down, step back. Bend your knees in your dog. Put your knees near the floor, hands, knees. Now bring your elbows to the floor. There's breath out. Inhale, hands and knees. And then exhale, bent knee dog. In, hands, knees, elbows, hands, knees, dog. Work right there. Knees to the floor, elbows down. Opening your shoulders and your chest. Or high plank. Bend your knees, elbows down. High plank. Down dog. Inhale, plank, exhale, elbows, exhale, dog. Let it float. And dog. We all meet in dog. Let it run through you. Arms are long, legs are long, head is heavy. And from here we begin the Kriya. We walk our feet forward. Heels heavy, toes long, hands to hips. Standing tall. Turn your palms to face forward as you arrive. So thighs back, ribs back, heels down, palms open. As you roll your thumbs away, feel your shoulder blades come back behind your heart. Keep that as you turn your palms back, make fists. Firm your arms as though you were holding two heavy suitcases. And the heart comes up and the chin comes in and the arms go down. Find a whisper of ha. Just the exhale, belly pumps. Keep exactly that breath. Close your lips, close your eyes. And start to lift your chin. Firm the arms, drop the shoulders down, lift the chin up. Exploring, where can you go? Knuckles down, back of the head lifting, so the back of the neck is lengthening. Because of your arms, you're opening the back of your neck. Hug your heels in. And imagine that your knuckles are drawing down, your heels are drawing in, and you are drawing energy up through the spine, up through the body. And as much as you may want to stop or run away, you are gaining ability up into the midbrain. Go. Five, four, three, two. Inhale. Hold the breath, tuck your chin, lift your hands. Hug your heels in, call everything up, up, up into the midbrain. Lift your chin, breathe out, hands down. I am a being of divine light. I'm created in light, supported in light, and guided in light. This is what I seek to prove when I look into the world. Knees soft, fold down, step back, downward facing dog, long, steady breathing. Eyes closed, knees soft, arms long. Ajna is the home of our command, our mastery. We make a choice, we see it through, we find our dog, we soften the knees, we substantiate our ability from inside.
rather than some outer shell that we decide is going to stay until it cracks. We find the breath. The breath expands the chest and reaches us into our hands, and then we find the exhalation and the navel to the spine and the legs to the floor. We feel the living force of this posture, not its dried outer shell, but how vital it is inside, how vital we are from inside. Notice where you clench or force or tighten, and then fill that space with the movement of your breathing. Fill the chest, empty the navel, lengthen the arms and plant the feet. One more.
To step your right foot up outside of your right hand, put your left knee down. Put a block beneath your left hand. Turn your right toes to the right. So that when you bend your knee, you can put your right hand on your right thigh and send it away. Use your right heel to draw your hips forward. So you're pulling your right heel towards you, and that will pull your hips forward. Find the back bend. So shoulder blades to the spine. Invite the left side to grow long, the right hand high. Use your right heel, draw your hips forward, your heart a little higher. A great place to stay, or going on, turn your right toes to point forward and reach back to hold the top of your foot behind you. There's a back bend. There's a back bend, heart up, chest broad. Finding the intensity here, finding the light, and knowing it's not there to defeat you. You are drinking in the possibility of all your capacity rising, shifting, being found, being felt. I am this. Explore it, open it, trust it. And then set down to change sides. Stepping back through down dog. The left foot steps outside of the left hand. The right knee comes to the floor. The right hand on the block. The left toes turn out to the left hand on the left thigh. Use your left heel to pull your hips forward. Use your shoulders and hands to broaden your chest. A perfect place to stay. If this supports you best, stay here. Next step, left hand high. Open your collarbones. A perfect place to stay, or going on, holding the top of your right foot. Chest is broad. So find your edge, your intensity. Not the place where you break or shut down, but the place that starts to open you up. The place where you dare to test. Could I be this? Maybe so. Maybe so. And the breath is full, and the breath is your companion. And you are moving. One more. To release, hands coming down, shift back, downward facing dog. Fold the blanket in half. Slide it aside. Walk your feet to your hands, lie back by sitting down. Pause it, baby. So it's day 15. If you like, lift your head, shoulders, reach forward. If you need support, hold your thighs. Find a whisper of ha. Close your mouth, out the nose, same belly breath, breath of fire. Shoulders away from your ears. Now full stretch pose. You may start it with knees bent, feet off the floor, working your way towards feet extended. Stay there the full 2 minutes, or bring your left hand to your left shin and work a half at a time. The choice is yours. At day 20, we'll go to full stretch pose for the full time. So if you're building up to it, this is great. So you're reaching your foot away from you, and that will draw your head over your heart, which will make it less heavy. Reach your right hand away, so that the stretching forward is giving you the strength to hold steady. And change sides. Bring your right knee in, steady breath. Reaching into your feet, allowing your left arm to get longer. Bring both knees together, bring both feet together, and just for a moment, try it out. Extend, full posture. Five, four, three, two, knees to chest, then head, shoulders to the floor, then feet to the floor. Let it go. Roll up, build kneeling. Block between your heels if you choose, hands on thighs, navel forward and back. Moving through the spine. Top of the head is steady. Close your eyes. That's it. Generating a little heat. Letting that heat become light. Letting that light make its way up the spine, behind the navel, behind the solar plexus, behind the heart. That you become more mobile. That the fire in your center can begin to grow. That the chest gets unstuck. That the fear and the doubt are burned away. That fog is removed, and you can choose what direction will I go in today. It grows clear. Three, two, pause neutral, chin up, 3 sips. Heart up, chin in, stay. Gather your attention up, up, up the spine. And you lift your chin, and you breathe out, and you let it go. And notice. not alone in the endeavor of setting our direction. So the full posture,
The forehead folds to the floor, the ribs on the thighs, the hand back to the heels. If that doesn't work for you, one option is to put a block from under your forehead. Another, if your knees and hips don't allow that fold, place the blanket out. Go back down onto your belly, exactly the way we began. But wherever you are, your forehead is supported, in contact. That third eye is resting. Wherever you are, your ribs are resting with contact on the thighs or on the floor. And your breathing is long and smooth. With each exhalation, it's a softening. You don't have to carry this alone. You don't have to know the direction of your life in full detail today. There are answers all around you. Just keep setting things down. In the space of ajna, we are joined, we are met. There is an inner knowing, an eternal inner knowing. We make space for this. Soften a little further. Notice that when we stay still, we can gather a stagnation. Keep your breath full. Two more. Keep the breath moving through you so that the creases are alive and they are deepening and that they are changing. Hands under the shoulders. Slowly rise and come to belly down. And if you're already belly down, slide the blanket out of the way. Let your hips move side to side. Let your heels move side to side. Check that there's nothing in your way on the left or on the right. And reach your left hand out, right hand beside you, roll to the left and roll your right knee open as you drop your head. Roll belly down and a little peeling up in the middle. And then right hand out, roll to the right and belly down and rise up and roll down. Rolling left and center and right
so that you begin to roll from side to side. Your pace, your breath. And as you're ready, close your eyes.
That this is who I am.
When the limitation falls off, when the doubt falls away, when the fog is burnt up, find all the freedom. And just stay with it. Good. And you'll roll right over onto your back, starting out with the knees bent, the feet flat, the palms open. Walk your legs out. Heels a little wider than hip distance. Shake out your feet, shake out your knees. Tuck your shoulder blades under. You're organized. So if that was an outer kriya for the physical and subtle body, now the inner body, inner kriya. Use your attention, your breath. Rest your attention on the soles of your feet as though you were standing in light. The soles of your feet become bright, tingling, warm. The sensation of your attention in your body. On the inhale, draw that up through the body to the top of your head. And on the exhale, sweep back out the feet. Gathering your attention on the inhale into the midbrain, that space just below the crown of the head, just behind the center of the forehead. Gathering there, and then sweeping back out the feet.
technique, release the effort. And feel the coherence, the whole body. The outside, the inside, the top and the bottom, swept clear and clean and full of light. Deepening your breathing, take your hands overhead. Reach into the feet. Walk your feet in, your hands to your shins. A little squeeze. Make your way up to your cross-legged seat. Pause your playlist if it went on. And we conclude the refinement of that inner Kriya, that movement of the mind, with Nishta breath. So sometimes Nishta breath is also called the one finger breath. Start with 4 fingers together, just today to feel it out. Put the first finger under the nose, and put your other hand where the pinky ends. So if you take your first hand away, now normal breathing, you can feel the breath on your palm. Right? But as your breathing settles, put one finger under your nose. One finger. And now you bring your hand up. Right? That's Nishta breath. You can just feel one finger breath. So slow, so soft. Both hands down. And you draw the inhale through the left side nostril up to the center of the forehead, third eye. And out the right side nostril. And that same one finger Nishta breath up the right and out the left. In left, out right, in right, out left. Continuing to alternate, continuing a very smooth, silent, circular breath. If you can't quite figure where to put your attention, put your first finger to your, just above where your eyebrows would meet. Give yourself a point, a direction. Softest of breaths. So make any last adjustment. In left to out right, in right to out left is 1. We start at 10. Each time you go out the left, you go down 1 to 9 to 8 to 7
concluding at one, then release the technique. And as you conclude your count, your breath, let your attention rest at the midbrain, a sensation of light. Allowing your physical body to continue to adjust. Sitting tall to dignify this space. Honoring your perception of yourself and all things. Softening the shoulders and the jaw. Leaning a little bit back, that we are in no need of defense from this moment. This moment comes to us with full grace and opportunity. Breathing easily, knowing that there is always more breath waiting for us. We are completely provided for. Our thoughts may pass through us. Our breath may pass through us. Time, space, memories, they are made to pass through us, and there will be more. So as we sit with an open perception, we are held in such supreme abundance. Abundance of ability, abundance of breath and freedom, and an unending stream of care and guidance. We rise to meet it. We sweep wide to gather it in, hands up. And palms together down to the forehead center. I bow to this, all of it, outside and in. I am this Sat Nam. 8 count Sat, 2 count Nam. Inhale. This is who I am when doubt falls away. fantastic afternoon, evening, wherever you go. This is our innate state that we begin to reveal and revere. That who you are is a radical quality of perception that understands there is enough at all times for all souls. Even when it feels unlikely or unreal or untrue, we can return to feel that there is breath enough for us each. And that the relationship of you with you is the most important relationship that sets the tone for all others today. This small, beautiful, momentary, physical, mortal self, in deep relationship with the source it comes from and the source that it is. The light you feel is yours. The breath provided for you comes from you. We are vast and timeless souls. Trust this. Let it grow. The more that we do, when we do it in accordance with these energies, the more we provide. And the more we have, the more we provide. And I had gotten a notice recently that Women for Women, all of our donations right now are going to the women in Afghanistan who are desperately trying to figure how to feed and protect their families to have enough. And we have given them over $400 in the last 2 months, and that this supports supplies and water and shelter. And to know that as you provide for me, that provides to our collective understanding of this effort that we make. That provides trees that we plant each month. That provides for women. That provides scholarship for Girls on Fire. Girls in Africa to learn that they can go to school and lead the way and have an agency that is necessary right now. That we pull plastic from the ocean. So yes, you pay for class, but really you're paying for all of us to have enough. And the more that we make, the more I provide. So $20 when you drop in, $100 to drop into everywhere you want to. We will have a Sunday real FaceTime in-person location in So Botanical in Baltimore. And that $100 includes that class. Put in more if you want to, and I will continue to give out more. And when you read the news, know you are contributing to that moment in your life. If you are a parent, a sister, a sibling, at any point when you have forgotten something or missed a ride or a flight, and the sense of where will I go and how will I make it forward, you are providing to meet that. As we meet here, we provide care out in all directions. And this is an essential aspect of this work. Take it with you, share it out. If you need instruction, marthamcalpin.com/payment. It's easy there, and you'll see who we support. Go well.